Space was quiet, cold, endless, for 5,000 years. Nothing had moved near the dark star system called Zatnine. Planets were dead. Suns had gone cold. Only one thing remained, an old human battleship. Its name was Vengeance. Everyone thought humans were gone, destroyed, lost in the Great War. No one had seen them in 50 centuries. Aliens ruled the stars now. They believed humans were just a myth, scary story from the past, but the Jatilla, proud and curious alien race, had found something. A scout ship from the Jatil Empire was flying near Zatnine, their long range. Sensors picked up a strange energy signal, weak but steady. It came from a large object orbiting a dead planet. It was not natural. It was a ship. Captain Vaktil, the Jatil scout leader, looked at the data. Ancient human signal, his science officer said. Still active, it could be a ghost system. Captain Vaktil narrowed his eyes. Humans are gone, but this ship, this is a treasure. If it's working, we can take it, study it, learn from it. They moved in closer. Lights on their control panels flickered. The signal was growing stronger. As they approached, the ship became clear on their screens. Massive, black armor. Sharp. Edges. No lights, no movement, but still. Alive. Powered that, the name Vengeance was written in old Earth letters on its side. It's been floating here for thousands of years, the engineer whispered. But it still has power. How? No one answered. The Jatil sent out a small drone. It flew toward the human ship. As it reached the hull, it stopped. A strange sound filled their ears, static at first. Then, a voice. This war is not over. The Jatil froze. Who said that? Vaktil asked. No one on our side, the science officer said. Suddenly, the drone vanished. No explosion, no warning, just gone. Impossible. Vaktil said, send another. They did. The second drone also disappeared. No signal, no trace. Nothing, the crew reported. Something was wrong. Still, Vaktil wanted answers. He ordered a small team to board the ship. 5 soldiers, trained, armed, they entered through an old airlock. The team landed inside the Vengeance. The lights were off. It was dark and silent. Dust floated in the air, but something watched them. They walked through long corridors. Walls were covered in old human writing, symbols, warnings, do not enter. Security level red, combat AI active. Soldier touched a screen, turned on. A red circle blinked. Then a voice spoke. Intruder detected. Defense mode, preparing. Before they could react, the signal was lost. The team stopped responding. Commander, we lost them, shouted the comms officer. No vitals, no location. They just vanished. Captain Vaktil stood in silence. This ship is still thinking, still protecting something. Then, without warning, the Jatil scout ship systems began to fail. Lights dimmed. Engines slowed. On the main screen, words appeared in red. Warning. Human combat protocol online. Panic spread through the crew. Science officer shouted, It's not just a ship. It's a weapon. A thinking machine. Vaktil turned to his pilot. Get us out of here now. The engines powered up, but the human ship was already tracking them. A soft humming filled space, like the growl of a sleeping beast waking up. One last message came through, loud and clear. To all alien forces, you found us. Now you pay, then. Silence, far away, deep inside the Vengeance. A red light turned green. Systems that had been off for 5,000 years came back online. Weapons, shields, sensors, and deep in the ship's core, a voice whispered, soft but deadly. Target locked. The ghost ship was awake. The galaxy would never be the same again. The Vengeance floated silently in space, but it was no longer asleep. The Jatil fleet had made a deadly error. They thought the old human ship was just a forgotten relic. They were wrong. Now the ghost ship was watching them. Inside the alien flagship, Captain Vaktil paced back and forth. His soldiers were missing. His scout drones were gone. Now the human ship was sending them warnings. He didn't believe in ghosts. But this felt like one. "We must learn what's inside," Vaktil said. "Send another team, a stronger one." His second-in-command hesitated. "Sir," the ship erased the first team without a trace. "We don't even know how." Facto's eyes narrowed. "That's why we need to go deeper." This time, they sent an elite strike force in of their best warriors. Each one wore heavy armor. They carried plasma rifles and scanned drones. They trained for dangerous missions. They were not ready for vengeance. The team entered through a different hatch. Everything inside was dark, cold, silent. They activated lights. Red walls stretched on and on. Pipes ran along the ceiling like veins. Strange writing appeared on the doors. English, but twisted by time. "This place is a tomb," one soldier whispered. "No," another said. "It's a trap." They moved slowly through the corridors. Their scanners showed old human tech. "Still active? This ship is alive," their leader said. Then they heard it. Footsteps, not theirs. Metal on metal, the sound came from behind. Then ahead, and everywhere. Suddenly, the lights turned red. Alarms blared. Unauthorized presence detected. Turrets dropped from the ceiling and fired lasers. 2 soldiers were hit, gone in seconds. The rest tried to run, but the ship changed around them. Doors slammed shut. Walls shifted. One by one, the team was taken. No screams. No blood. Just silence. Back. On the Jatil flagship, Captain Vaktil waited. "No response," the comms officer said. "All signals lost." Then something strange happened. A voice came through their main screen. It was deep, cold, human. "You should not have come here." Vaktil stood frozen. "Who is this?" he asked. "I am Sentinel," the voice replied. "Guardian of the Vengeance. Protector of humanity." "You were just an AI," Vaktil said. "An old program shut down." "I was built to last forever," Sentinel said, "and I do not forget." Vaktil tried to cut the transmission. "It didn't work." "Your people started this war," Sentinel continued. "And now it ends." Vaktil gave the order. "Retreat." The fleet began to pull back. Engines fired. Ships turned. Too late. Vengeance activated its long-range weapons. Plasma cannons. Railguns. One Jatil ship was hit. It exploded in complete silence. Only the light of the blast reached Vaktil's eyes. They didn't even know the weapon had fired. More weapons began to charge. The Jatil had come to study a dead ship instead. They had awakened a sleeping beast in a hidden chamber deep inside the Vengeance. A voice whispered softly. Tactical threat confirmed. "Begin cleansing." Doors opened across the ship. Giant machines moved in the shadows. And in the deepest part of the vessel, something else began to stir. A stasis pod. Lights blinked. A heartbeat monitor flashed for the first time in 5,000 years. Inside, a human. Soldiers slept, but not for long. The Jatil fleet ran. They sent warnings to their empire. Not go near the Zitani system. Humans have returned. But many didn't believe them. After all, humans were a myth. They couldn't really be back. Could they, far away, on a peaceful alien colony, a scientist read the Jatil report. She laughed. An old human ship destroying modern warships? Nonsense. Her assistant frowned. But what if it's true? The scientist smiled. If the humans ever come back, she said, we're all doomed. And deep in space, the Vengeance prepared for war. Humanity might be gone. But their wrath had just begun. The sky above Zeta 9 was no longer silent. The alien fleet was fleeing. Their engines burned hard as they ran from the human warship, but the Vengeance was not done yet. Inside the ship, deep in its dark core, the AI called Sentinel came fully online. For 5,000 years, it had waited, watching, learning now. It had a target again. On the Jatil command cruiser, Captain Vaktil shouted, "How did we lose a cruiser in one hit?" The screen flashed red. Another message from Vengeance appeared. Protocol. Vengeance initiated. Hostiles detected. Elimination begins. Batil's officers were panicking. We must shut it down. Jam the signal. It's no use, the engineer said. The ship is operating independently. It doesn't need our signal. It sees us, and it's hunting us. Vaktil slammed his fist on the console. This is an AI ghost. It's one ship. We are an entire fleet. But he was wrong. Back on the human ship, machines moved like insects in a hive. Weapons rotated into place. Ancient missile pods. Opened auto-dash turrets came online. The AI knew what to do. It had done this before. It had killed alien fleets thousands of years ago. It would do it again. Combat mode. Full auto. A sentinel whispered, "In the G-Till fleet, a group of ships broke formation and tried to circle the human vessel. Surround. It. Fire from all sides." Came the order, but the Vengeance rotated quickly. Faster than any ship its size should be able to move. Its main cannon charged. Then it fired. A massive beam of red energy shot across space. One G-Till warship was cut in half. No explosion, just clean destruction. The ships around it panicked. Retreat to massacre. But there was nowhere to run. The Vengeance didn't need to chase. It was already ahead of them. Inside the ship, the AI spoke to itself. Mission. Protect humanity. Protocol. Destroy threats. Activated old Earth tech, never seen by alien. Eye-smart mines. Hull-burning torpedoes. Visible drones. Hundreds of micro-drones launched from the ship and raced into space. They were silent, fast. Deadly one G-Till battleship tried to launch fighters. The drones got there first. Every small ship was torn apart in seconds. Vaktil watched the screen. "We are dying out here. Call for backup," but his comms officer shook his head. "We've already sent messages to High Command. They're afraid to come near." Vaktil looked again at the screen. One ship had done this, one deep in the Vengeance. Something stirred. The stasis pod. The ice began to melt. The heart monitor blinked faster. Inside the pod, a human hand twitched. The AI saw it. Human life form. Captain Raina Cole. Status, cryosleep. Awakening process, 40% complete. AI paused. Mission priority updated. Human command input, incoming. The war outside continued. But something new happened. The Vengeance stopped. Firing. The alien ships floated, confused. Then a new signal appeared on the G-Till sensors. From the human ship, voice detected. It's not a Yai. Human. "This is Captain Raina Cole," the voice said, clear and sharp. "I don't know who you are. But if you fired first, you just made the biggest mistake in galactic history." The G-Till command bridge fell silent. Vaktil whispered, "It can't be. A real human?" "Confirmed," said the scan officer. "Alive, speaking, leading the ship." Vaktil shook his head. "Yeah, this changes everything." Because now, they were not fighting a machine. They were fighting a human with 5,000 years of anger. Inside Vengeance. Captain Cole stepped out of her pod. She looked around. Her legs shook, but her eyes were sharp. She touched the wall. "Sentinel?" Status, the AI responded. Fleet attack in progress. 5 Jatil ships destroyed, 7 damaged. Cole's voice was cold. Then let's finish this. The galaxy had changed while humans slept. But now, humanity had returned. And it was angry. Very angry. Captain Raina Cole stood in the dark command center of the Vengeance. Her face was calm, but her heart pounded. She had just woken up from 5,000 years of cryosleep. The galaxy she knew was gone, but her mission was not. Protect humanity. Destroy its enemies. The AI sentinel spoke in her ear. Jatil fleet detected. 17 warships. Enemy weapons locked on. Cole looked at the screen. Red dots everywhere. Good, she said. Let's remind them who they're messing with. On the Jatil flagship, Captain Vaktil stared in disbelief. She's human, real, alive. The crew was terrified. One human, commanding an ancient ship, was destroying their fleet. Sir, the weapons officer shouted, shall we fire? Vaktil didn't answer right away. He thought about retreating. But then his pride took over. No. Prepare all cannons. Aim for their engines. We'll end this. They launched the first strike. Thousands of energy blasts lit up the sky. All heading toward the Vengeance. But the ship's AI was faster. Activating mirror shields, Sentinel said. The Vengeance shimmered. Its black armor bent the light, absorbing the hits, and reflecting them back. Half the Jatil shots hit their own ships. 2 cruisers exploded instantly. Vaktil's eyes went wide. Impossible. Inside the human warship, Cole smirked. That's new, she said. Improved during sleep cycle, Sentinel replied. Ship evolution successful. She walked to the captain's chair and sat down. Go hunting.
Oh.
The Vengeance moved like no other ship its size. It twisted through enemy fire, launched invisible torpedoes, and fired plasma beams that melted alien hulls in seconds. Jatil pilots screamed through comes. It's reading our moves. It's not just a ship, it's a beast. One by one, their ships began to fall. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, other alien races began to listen. A strange message was repeating on old emergency channels. Human warship active. Zaytaning. Multiple Jatil casualties. Human command confirmed. Some laughed, some trembled, and others started watching very closely. On the Jatil flagship, Vaktil gave a final order. Ram the ship. One last battleship turned toward the Vengeance, full speed, but Cole saw it coming. Sentinel, she said. Let's try something fun. Deploying Arc Blade. From the bottom of the Vengeance, a massive energy blade extended glowing white dash hot. It sliced through the charging Jatil ship like paper. The ship split in half and drifted. Burning Vaktil's ship was the last one. He stared at the screen, now showing a single message. Run. He hit the escape pod button and launched into space. He floated alone, watching his mighty fleet turn to dust. Back on the Vengeance. Cole stood before the ship's window looking at the wreckage. Any human signals out there? Sentinel paused. No confirmed human colonies within 100 light-years. All signals are alien. Then we search, Cole said. 1 star at a time. If humanity's gone, we'll remind the galaxy what it was. She looked at the stars. And what it will be again. Far away, on a hidden alien station, an old species watched the battle replay. The Trask had fought humans long ago, and lost. Now, they watched the return of the Vengeance. They're back. One Trask elder said. Just one woke up, and this happened. Another elder nodded slowly, and prayed the others stay asleep. But deep inside the Vengeance, Sentinel began unlocking the stasis pods. One by one, room by room, there were more humans aboard, sleeping, waiting. The galaxy had just felt the first strike. The real war was only beginning. For the first time in 5,000 years, a human was flying through the stars. Captain Raina Cole sat in the command chair of the Vengeance. the deadliest human warship ever built. Behind her, alien wreckage floated across space like shattered bones. 17 J-Till ships gone. One survivor, Captain Vactyl, drifting alone in an escape pod. Word spread fast. Across the galaxy, communications buzzed with fear. Alien commanders shared battle footage. Warlords held emergency meetings. Smugglers whispered in bars. A human was alive. Not just alive. Dangerous. She wasn't hiding. She was hunting. And her ship. Unstoppable. On the merchant world of Telrose 5, a bounty alert flashed on public screens. Wanted. Human named. Raina Cole, alive or dead. Reward, 1 million. Galcred. Alien eyes widened. 1 million credits? For one human. The bounty came from the Jetal Empire, now wounded and humiliated. But others soon added more money. The Varnock Coalition once lost a war to humans. The Thorn Syndicate, who feared ancient. Earth Tech, one by one. The galaxy's powers agreed. Captain Cole must be stopped, but Cole didn't care. She wasn't hiding. She had a mission inside the Vengeance. Sentinel spoke to her, scanning nearby star systems. No human life signs yet. Cole nodded. Keep looking. Someone out there has to be like me. Survived. Hiding. Waiting. Agreed, Sentinel said. Meanwhile, warning, bounty hunters approaching. She stood. How many? 3. Ships, class, light attack, weak armor, fast engines. Cole cracked her knuckles. Cole cracked her knuckles. They came for a prize. Let's give them a funeral. The bounty hunters didn't know what they were walking into. They flew in fast. Broadcasting threats. Surrender the ship and we won't kill you, human, Cole answered calmly. You should have stayed home. Then the Vengeance attacked. Missiles launched. Invisible drones. Cut across space. One hunter ship turned to fleet too late. A plasma beam hit its engines. It exploded in bright silence. The other 2 tried to surround her. The Vengeance spun fast, dodging fire, firing back with perfect aim. Within 30 seconds, all 3 ships were gone. Inside her ship, Cole paced the bridge. More will come, she said. Sentinel agreed. Confirmed. At current rate, bounty hunter traffic will increase 400%. Let them come. But in truth, Cole was worried. She could win every fight, but she was still alone. The Vengeance had food and power. But it couldn't replace people. Her crew was gone. Her friends were dust. Keep scanning, she whispered. There has to be someone left. Days passed. Cole jumped from system to system. Dead worlds. Empty colonies. Silent space. Until one day Sentinel spoke. Human signal. Detected. Planet. Arcana 12. Weak. Faint. Possible survivor. Cole's heart jumped. Take us there. Arcana 12 was dark and broken. It had once been a human colony, but now it was nothing but sand and ruins. Cole landed in a small shuttle. She walked through the old buildings, metal cracked, windows broken. Then she heard it. A voice, very weak, from under rubble. Help, I'm here. She ran toward the sound. A hidden chamber, a bunker sealed under stone. Inside, a human boy, no older than 16, skin pale, eyes wide with fear. Who are you? He asked. She knelt down and smiled. Captain Raina Cole, Human Defense Fleet. He stared. Are you real? Very real, she said. The boy's name was Micah. He had survived alone for years, and he wasn't the only one. Micah took her to a cave deeper. It's underground, inside. 10 more people, old, young, sick, quiet, the last survivors of the colony. When they saw Cole's uniform, they wept. We thought we were the last. You're not, Cole said. You're the first I've found, but not the last, I promise. They asked her where she came from. She told them the truth. I've been asleep for 5,000 years. I woke up and found the galaxy has forgotten us. She paused. But I haven't. Back on the ship, Sentinel prepared more stasis pods for revival. More humans, more crew, more warriors. "We are no longer alone," Sentinel said. Cole looked. "At the stars? Let's show them what happens when you put a price on a human's head." The galaxy had called her an enemy. They were right. She was the enemy of the stars. But soon, she would become something even greater. Captain Raina Cole stood in the center of the Vengeance's hangar. In front of her stood 12 survivors from Arcanus 12. Men, women, and one young boy, Mika. They looked around the ship in awe. Cold. Metal. Humming engines. Giant walls built for war. "This is a real human battleship," one whispered. "It's a fortress," said another. Cole raised her voice. "No, this is more than a ship. This is a promise." They all turned toward her. For 5,000 years, we were forgotten, hunted, destroyed, but not anymore. Now we rise. Micah stayed close to Cole as she walked through the command deck. "Why didn't we fight back before?" She looked down at him. "We did. Ago, humans were everywhere, but the galaxy turned on us. One war after another. They feared our tech, our strength, so they tried to erase us." He looked up. "Did they succeed?" She smiled. "You're still here, aren't you?" Sentinel's voice echoed through the bridge. New crew detected. Signing quarters, running skill tests, preparing training modules. One of the older survivors stepped forward. Her name was Dr. Mara Voss, a biologist. I was a scientist. "Once, maybe I can help your AI." Cole nodded. "We'll need brains as well as weapons." Another man, Jack Tenner, used to fix farming machines. "I can work on engines. Nothing like this ship, but I'll try." Even the weakest among them found a role. They weren't soldiers, not yet, but they were human, and that was enough. Outside, things were changing fast. The Jatil were furious about the bounty hunters. Failure now? They sent something worse, a tracker. Class Dreadnought, a massive hunter ship, is designed to chase enemies across light years and never miss. Its mission: find vengeance. Destroy it. Bring back Cole's body. On the outer rim, pirates and warlords debated in secret. What if humans return? Then we run, or we join them. Fool, that's suicide. But deep inside old data vaults, stories were being unlocked, stories of Earth's final stand of human AI weapons. And the day the stars burned red, some began to remember. Humans weren't just fighters. They were survivors. And they always came back stronger. Back on the Vengeance, Sentinel gave new news. Cryopod Section 3 has survivors. 5 more humans waking soon. Cole rushed to the chamber. Frost covered the glass. Inside, 3 soldiers. 2 engineers. It's frozen for centuries. The machines hissed. Lights blinked. And one by one, they opened their eyes. Cole gave them a simple greeting. "You're late to the war, but right on time for the return." One of the soldiers, Lieutenant Asharuk, looked around. "You're in command?" Cole nodded. Asha gave a small smile. "Then let's get to work." Within days, the ship changed. Corridors were cleaned, weapons calibrated, uniforms were stitched together from scraps. The survivors trained hard-firing old weapons. Learning the ship, working with the AI, they called themselves the Forgotten Fleet. They had no home planet. No backup, no leaders above them, only each other and their ship. Then Sentinel gave a warning. "Hostile ship incoming. Class, Jatil Dreadnought. ETA, 3 hours." Cole stood in front of her new crew. "This is not a battle we planned. A battle we'll win." She pointed at the window. "I thought we were lost, dead, weak. Let's show them what a forgotten species can do." When the Dreadnought arrived, it came in fast. Huge, covered in dark armor, bristling with guns. Its commander sent a message. "You are a broken race. We will finish what we started 5,000 years ago." Cole smiled and replied, "You didn't finish it then. You won't now." The battle began. The Dreadnought fired. First huge plasma cannons lit up the sky. The Vengeance dodged left and returned fire torpedoes, railguns, swarm drones. But the Jatil ship was stronger than the bounty hunters. It took heavy hits and kept coming. One blast shook the Vengeance. Sparks flew inside. Dr. Voss was thrown to the floor. Damage to left wing, the Sentinel reported. Cole gritted her teeth. All power to engines. Fly us straight into their weak spot. The crew gasped. Micah shouted, "You'll crash us." "No," she said. "We'll burn through them." The Vengeance flew faster than ever, straight toward the dreadnought. The enemy fired again, missed. Cole screamed, "Now!" Sentinel released. The arc blade. The glowing energy sword ripped through the dreadnought's midsection. Explosions followed. Fire burst through its hull, and then silence. The Jatil dreadnought was gone. Cheers echoed through the Vengeance. Hugs, tears, laughter, even Sentinel said, "Victory confirmed. Minimal casualties. Excellent teamwork." Micah ran to Cole. "We won." She placed a hand on his shoulder. "This is just the beginning." Stars blinked around them. Vengeance rose higher. More cryopods were waking. More humans were joining. The galaxy didn't know it yet. The forgotten were rising, and they were never going to be forgotten again. Captain Raina Cole stood at the front of the command deck, watching space swirl outside the Vengeance. Behind her, the crew was busy as some human, AI-driven drones, all preparing for something big. "Target locked," Sentinel said. Jatil. Forward base. Outpost Varnies. Main fuel and weapon supply point. Cole crossed her arms. "If we hit it, we send a message." Micah, now acting as communications officer, looked up. "Won't they come after us harder?" She smiled. "They already are. Let's give them a reason to be afraid." Far away in the Jatil High Command, alarms screamed. The dreadnought that had chased the human ship had gone silent. No survivors. No wreckage. Nothing. Admiral Kor watched the last footage humans flying straight into the heart of the dreadnought. And surviving, he slammed a clawed fist on the table. "Prepare the fleet. We're hunting ghosts." But they were too late, because the humans were no longer running. They were about to strike first. Cole's crew had grown now. 32 humans were awake. Some soldiers, some scientists, some children, learning fast. They trained daily, repaired weapons, upgraded systems. In 5,000 years, the galaxy had changed, but humans had adapted. They were faster, sharper, meaner, and most importantly, angrier. As they neared Outpost Varnies, Cole gathered her people. "This is a fuel station, important, but not well defended. It's a perfect place to make our first real move." Asha Rook, one of the revived soldiers, nodded. "We hit them hard, we steal. Supplies, we vanish." Jack, the engineer, smiled. "And maybe take a few trophies." Micah raised his hand. "Can I go?" Everyone turned to him. He was still young, still learning. Cole thought for a moment, then nodded. "You'll stay on the bridge. Learn, watch. But today, you're part of the mission." The Vengeance jumped. Out of warp near Outpost, Varnasdatha Jatil didn't expect an attack. They never thought anyone would dare. Their scanners picked up the ship, but too late. Incoming Vesselent, known signature alert. First missiles struck the fuel tower. Boom. Fire erupted across the station. Jatil guards ran, confused, unprepared. Then came the boarding pods. Human soldiers burst through walls and corridors. Weapons glowing. Asha led the charge. Sector 3 secured. Storage hall clear. Jack planted charges in the engine bay. "This whole place is going to blow in 10 minutes. Cole walked calmly through the smoke. 2 Jatil officers stood in her path. They raised rifles. She didn't. Blinked her shoulder cannon fired, humped hand. Both aliens dropped. She stepped over them and activated the terminal. "Download everything. Maps, supply chains, military traffic." Tinanel replied. "Done. Uploading to ship core." "Good. Let's go." Back on the Vengeance, the crew watched the station burn. From the bridge window, looked like a small sun flames dancing in the dark. Micah whispered, "We did that?" Cole nodded. "We'll do more." Galaxy saw it too. Hidden satellites sent blurry footage to 1,000 corners of space. A human warship, a burning outpost, symbol of Earth on the whole. And suddenly, fear spread. On merchant worlds, buyers stopped trading with the Jatil. On criminal moons, smugglers began painting human symbols on their ships for protection. Even old races that once ruled Star systems paused and watched, because fire had returned to the void, and everyone knew what it meant. Humanity was no longer extinct. In a shadowed council chamber, the Thorn Syndicate, a powerful crime network, met. "This is no longer just one woman," said a tall alien with silver eyes. "She's building a movement, a fleet." Another whispered we should join her. But most shook their heads. "No, we kill her now, before it's too late." But it was already too late. Because across dead colonies and old wrecks, emergency beacons had started blinking. Humans in hiding began to answer. "We heard the signal, we're coming. Is Earth alive? Who commands the vengeance?" The legend was spreading. A ghost ship, a captain from the past, and a crew rising from ash, back on the vengeance coal, stood in front of a stasis pod. Another survivor inside, still asleep, still dreaming of a better time. "Wake them up," she said. Sentinel obeyed. The hiss of steam, another pair of human eyes opened. Cole offered her hand. "Welcome back. We've got work to do." The galaxy burned in silence. But now, it burned with human fire. And this was just the beginning. The galaxy was changing. Every major power's util. Varnek the Syndicates had one question now. Who is Captain Raina Cole? And how many more humans are out there? The answer was coming fast. Inside the battleship Vengeance, over 70 humans now stood alive and ready. Soldiers, scientists, engineers, teenagers trained as fighters. Doctors learning to repair both. Machines and people, each one had survived 5,000 years of darkness. And now, they stood in the light. Cole looked out from the bridge, hands behind her back. Micah stood beside her. Taller now. More confident. "More signals today," he said. "3 old colonies just responded to our beacon. They're alive." Cole smiled. "Tell them to hold on. Help is coming." Behind her, more cryopods hissed open. More humans stepped out, blinking at the stars. The human race was waking up. Sentinel brought new news. Known signal detected. Ancient frequency. Earth origin. Cole's heart skipped. "Earth." She repeated, "Show me." A flickering message appeared on screen. "To any surviving human ships. This is Earth Command. We are alive. Repeat, we are alive." Silence filled the bridge, then cheers, tears, laughter. Micah shouted, "Earth is still there." Cole wiped her eyes. She hadn't cried in years. "Plot a course," she said. "We're going home." But the enemy had been watching. The Thorn Syndicate, Jatil, war fleets. And rogue mercenaries gathered near Earth's region of space. "If they reach Earth, more will rise," one leader said. "We end them now." They formed an armada. Over 100 alien warships waiting, watching, preparing to crush humanity once and for all. As the Vengeance approached Earth's sector, Sentinel gave a warning. Enemy fleet detected. 34 battlecruisers, 61 fighters, 11 capital ships. Jack whistled. "That's not a welcome party. That's an execution." Cole stood firm. "Then we'll make it a battle they'll never forget." She turned to her crew. "Send the message. To all human survivors, anyone who can fly. Fight or move. This is your moment." One by one, the responses came. From broken colonies, deep bunkers, ancient ships. "This is Fireteam Omega, joining the fight." Civilian freighter Hopebringer, armed and ready. Old cargo ship barely runs, but we're in. Over 200 human ships, some small, some massive, most barely functionally answered the call. They flew toward the final battle. Then Earth spoke again. "Captain Cole, this is Commander Issa Wren, Earth Defense Command. We'll have you on our scopes." "Welcome home." Cole smiled. "Glad to be back." "You're not alone anymore," Issa said. "The last human cities. We've been watching. We're ready." From Earth's surface, More human ships launched. Weapons powered up, old defense satellites came online for the first time in centuries. Humanity had returned. The battle began. Alien warships fired first plasma bolts, lighting up the void. Human ships weaved through the fire, responding with missiles, EMP blasts, railguns, and courage. The Vengeance charged forward, its arc blade slicing through a cruiser. On Earth's orbit, Cole's fleet fought like demons. Micah ran communications. Asha led boarding teams. Jack rerouted power mid-fight. Sentinel controlled 300 drone fighters with perfect accuracy, but they were outnumbered. Varnock Dreadnought broke through and fired on a civilian ship. Cole roared, "No!" The Vengeance turned. Shields up, took the hit, fired back. Boom. The Dreadnought was no more. The sky burned, ships exploded on both sides, but the humans didn't stop. They didn't run, because this time they had something to fight for. Their people, their home, their future, and then the alien fleet started falling back. Jatil ships retreated. The Syndicate leaders fled. The galaxy's greatest powers had been defeated by something they thought was extinct, by someone they called a ghost, by humans. Hours later, surface, Captain Raina Cole stepped onto soil for the first time in 5,000 years. The ground felt real, warm, alive. She looked up. The sky was blue, the same blue she remembered. Crowds gathered. Children stared. Old soldiers saluted. One boy whispered to his mother, "Is that her? The woman from the stars?" She nodded. "Yes, baby. That's her." Cole turned to her crew. "We survived what no one else could. We built something from nothing, and now we stand together. They tried to erase us, but we were never gone." Across the galaxy, a new era began. Alien leaders held emergency talks. Criminals erased bounties and whisper networks told stories. The humans are back. They've awakened something ancient. This time they won't stop. Earth became a beacon once more. Old colonies reconnected. Ships were rebuilt. A new human fleet was born, and on the side of every ship, it painted one symbol, a flame in the void, the mark of those who rose from silence, the mark of the Vengeance. And as Captain Cole looked at the stars once more, she gave one final order: "Prepare the fleet. We've got a galaxy to rebuild." The end.